Today's video's topic is going to be all about beast mode fragrances. I know that some of us guys want a fragrance that can really pierce through the cold weather and get people's attention with a very strong fragrance. So in this video I will show you 5 fragrances that I think are amazing and super strong that you would consider beast mode. Let's not waste any more time and let's begin. The very first fragrance on this list is going to be by far the most popular one out of all of them, and that is Dior Sauvage Elixir. This fragrance, as you might already know, is very strong and potent. This is a fresh spice bomb that is really high projecting and long lasting, with a huge dose of lavender in the middle, really giving it this sauvage like feel or amping it up to the max with a lot of spices. And in the base you get a lot of amber, licorice and sandalwood, really giving it a very dense base to work off of. I love this stuff, and in my Dior Sauvage buying guide, which you can watch up here in the corner, I've mentioned that I get easily 24 hours plus of performance and projection, with a lot of projection, in fact around 2 meters or so for a very long time. And if you put this on your clothing, I think it will take weeks for it to really disappear. I have given Dior Sauvage Elixir a 10 out of 10. If you haven't checked it out already, do yourself a favor and get your nose on Dior Sauvage Elixir. From one Dior fragrance to another, I'm going to go into their La Collection Privée line of fragrances, and I'm talking about Tobacolor. This is one of the very best tobacco fragrances on the entire fragrance market, in my opinion. This has tobacco, tobacco leaf, white tobacco, smoke and honey, really giving it this very dense, thick, opulent and super strong honey tobacco feeling, with peaches and plum adding to the scent profile, giving this scent a very juicy density as well, with some amber and smoke in the base, really adding even more complexity and density to the scent profile. This is a beautiful fragrance, especially for people that love honey and tobacco. This has a lot of it, and this is a tobacco lover's dream. This is one of the very best Dior fragrances ever made, and in my opinion it is one of the very best fragrances from their La Collection Privée line. I have given this a 10 out of 10 as well, and if you want to know more about it, I've made a top 21 Dior La Collection Privée fragrances buying guide. I think you should check that video out. It's one of my very best videos I have done. Check out Tobacolor if you haven't already. From one tobacco fragrance to another, I'm going to go into a more niche section of this video, and that is going to be Terence Hughes Tabac. This is going to be a very dirty and dry tobacco fragrance, with tobacco and tobacco leaf, with rose and 5% Burmese oud, really giving it a dry, dense, oud-like feel to this tobacco that is in this fragrance. This is super dark, dry, complex and rich, and on my skin I get over 15 hours of performance, with a lot of projection as well, between 1 to 2 meters also. And in my experience, this is a very divisive fragrance, with some people really liking the complexity and different nature to the fragrance, while some other people think it's way too much. But if you want a head-turning fragrance that really demands attention, I think Tabac is going to be something for you, and it's such high quality as well, with the 5% Burmese oud in it. 10 out of 10 for Terence Hughes Tabac. If you have the opportunity to try this fragrance for yourself, do yourself a favor, especially if you want a very strong tobacco fragrance for sure. This fragrance I'm yet to pick up a full bottle of, but I'm most definitely going to, because this is one of my most favorite gourmand fragrances ever made, and that is Xerjoff's Casamorati Italica. This is by far one of the strongest, most dense yet compliment pulling, highest quality gourmand fragrances I have ever put my nose on. This is slightly spicy with saffron at the top, with almond and milk, really giving it this very dense, milky, lactonic feel. There's also toffee and vanilla in the mid, really giving giving it a cake-like gourmand feel that is unlike any other fragrance I have tried. A lot of people that have complimented me on this fragrance say that it smells very Christmassy. I love and adore this fragrance. It is perfectly unisex, but even though it is a gourmand, it is one of the strongest and longest lasting fragrances I have ever tried on my skin. This lasts over 27 hours. I put this on in the morning one day, and a day later, 27 hours after my only application, my girlfriend could still smell this on me a few meters away. So not only does this last over a day, but it also projects over a day. It is an incredible fragrance, and on clothes this lasts almost a week, if not more. And I will most certainly give this fragrance a 10 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Xerjoff Casamorati Italica. And the fifth and final fragrance I've made a review of very recently, and I've changed my mind on the rating since my initial smell of it. I'm talking about Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade. This is one of the very best rose and oud fragrances you will ever try, with a good amount of real oud and rose absolute in it. I really like this fragrance. It is dark, rich, complex, of course very floral because of the amount of rose in it, but very dirty, dry oud as well, giving it a roundness of this rose and oud bubble with some earthy quality to it as well, coming from the raspberry at the top. This is a very complete fragrance, very strong matter of fact, with 12 plus hours of performance, which I get annoyed to sometimes, but I know for a matter of fact that people around me can still smell after 5 to 6 hours or so. It's one of the most perfect and most complete rose and oud fragrances I have ever put my nose on, and I have given Ombre Nomade a 9.8 out of 10 men's improvement rating. Check it out if you haven't already, and if you can, I think you will be amazed of how great this smells. Gentlemen, did you enjoy my list of beast mode fragrances that are very strong, opulent, and head-turning? Then leave it a like and comment down below what you think of my 5 fragrances listed, and if you have some other beast mode fragrances that you want me and other people to give a try. And subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel for more videos about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, lifestyle, everything that will make you, gentlemen, the best possible versions of yourselves. The last few things I want to ask you, gentlemen, to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these 2 videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.